Okay, alright, so I think that should be it. I think we should be good and up and running. Let's double check. Alright, there we go. Alright, guys, what's going on? How are we doing? There we go, everything's sorted by the looks of it. I can only hope, because things always like to go wrong. So let's see how we get on. So what we'll do is make sure we have the TikTok chat open as well. Let's also, can we turn up the size of the font? We can. Perfect. There we go. Paul, what's going on, buddy? This is how we're attempting these boring streams at AI. Right, just like my new thumbnail. That's how much AI is running in this shit. Paul, did you see the YouTube notification? If you didn't see it, right, AI is going crazy. I tell you. Alright. So, right. Having like a tiny laptop screen and trying to fit everything I want on here makes it kind of difficult. Curse you, tiny laptop screen. There we go. Oh, look at that shop you have, mate. Can you like? Obviously, I'm just remodeling at the moment. You see, mate, everything looks different in pictures, right? Like, obviously, in the picture, the garage looks bigger, as it always looks bigger in pictures. So we're just doing a slight remodel at the moment, and then it will look like the thumbnail afterwards. Where's the tire racks, painted walls, epoxy floor? Well, I have what I'd like to describe as a epoxy floor, because not an epoxy floor. I have shelves like in said picture. Hi, what's going on, buddy? Mate, how are we doing today? Mate, see this? This is a tire on a rack. Tire on a rack, as you requested. Right. Also, right, I've sprayed loads of paint on these walls. I have everything that you just described. So I don't know what more you want, really. I don't really know what more you want. There's not much more I could do than that. Playing Warzone. Right, sounds pretty damn good to me. Hi, you still doing camos? The only thing preventing you from making this shop top tier is money. Right, 1,000,000%. It's the same thing that stops me from doing many things. To be fair, what I would do if I had the funds is I would knock this whole thing down. I would hire somebody to dig out my garden so my garden, if you were to just take this wall out, my garden is like this high. So I'd have to hire somebody to like excavate and then just build this, but just twice as wide. Like if I had it my way, this would be at least another 6 foot wider. Because with this shelf where it is, and like the camera is literally 6 inches from the wall, putting the car in is like you have to slide out the doors and not bash it on the wall, and the car comes to like here. So there's not actually that much working room. Is the only thing. So if I had it my way, I would have it wider. Like, I don't even care about longer too much. I wouldn't make it any longer. I would just make it wider. Just a camera's going for star glass on the M15. Oh mate, you have that in no time. M15 is like so nice to use in that game. Granted, it's a little bit weak now, but you can just track people through the air with it, no problems. Wait, hold up. I don't have notifications set up properly on here. Wait, it's too small. Quacks, I appreciate the sub, buddy. Thank you very much. That is hugely appreciated. That is a massive, huge appreciation. Thank you very much. You know what, it'd be easier if I had my phone. There we go. I can now see all notifications on my phone for Twitch. Again, Quacks, appreciate the prime there, buddy. Thank you very much. Hugely appreciated. Pork, there you go. Pork, you just said to me the only thing from me making this garage like a top tier workshop is just cash. We're like £2 closer to that now. So there you go. Quacks, how are we doing anyway? What's going on? Hiker's got to get 10 kills without dying. Oh mate, no worries. That's like 2 teams of bots. That's all it is. Alright, so today, this is actually worse than I thought it was. This grill has, I don't know if you've got to see it, it's like way more like grey and shit on it than expected. Like it's literally like flaking off. So I'm gonna just sand straight over the just on the face of it, and I think it should be okay. So we're just gonna sand the face of this, and then oh shit, that is a screw. Need that. Let's put that back up there. So these are the fog light surrounds on the front of the car. Pulled these off this morning. We're going to take these silver rings out, sand and repaint the black on these because they are starting to chip. So clean up with the rest of it, and then once those are painted, these are actually the fog lights that came out of it. They weren't even attached. I was like, oh, I need to remember to take the wiring out. I guess drop the screws for those as well. However, my lovely partner did once have a argument with our front fence in where we used to live, and there's a reason that our bumper is now attached on one side by cable ties, and these have no wires in the back. So I don't actually need these anymore because the fog lights aren't actually going back in, because the fog lights will be replaced by these. So these will be the cold air intakes. The blue matches the car. This one will be on the front left of the car, so I need to make sure. To be fair, it doesn't actually matter right now because I'm only just putting these in. The rear doesn't actually matter too much at the moment because that will go on after. But this will go on the side where the air filter is. Hose extends all the way out, like so, and it just goes a lot more than that. And then that'll go up to the air filter for cold air intake. And then this one actually won't go to anything. It will just be in the front of the surround just so it matches. Make it easier. thought it's the console problem. I could have so much cool shit if I just had money. Mate, you and me both. You and me both. Hi, you're burning through ammo on the M15. Yeah, the M15's got a really fast fire rate. It's the only thing with it. But I mean, I'm assuming you're doing it in casuals, right? So you just got to just like stand like next to a buy station, just buy a muni every time you need one. Right, let's chuck this back in there for now. Also, Polk, you have got me hooked on American no prep racing. I'm kind of hooked at the moment. It's been my go-to for the last like 2 days. If I'm sitting there editing or doing whatever, playing WoW, I'm just watching American no prep at the moment on ProTree. So yeah, I'm kind of hooked on that right now. It's got me by the balls. Alright, so we need to just go with a once over on this. What can we get away with on this? What have we got here? 600. I actually do need to like go shopping and just buy some more sandpaper. What's that? That's 1200. Right, this little piece is 600. Let's go with that and just see with this little piece. Let's see how it comes up. Feel like a proud father. Right, it's like it's just some damn good racing. It's some damn good racing. Like I wish the no prep over here was the same, because the no prep they have is so much better than what we have that it's actually insane. I don't know why, but I'm also going back and using the kilo. Right. I mean, hey, if you want to use it, you want to use it. If you're having fun using it, keep going. But obviously, it won't get you that camo. This actually come up really well. Like just cleaning the face of this off is it's actually come up really well. The quality of the cards and the speeds these guys do are crazy. It's like, especially as somebody who has like been racing and watched a lot of racing, and like someone who has driven race cars on the road, it's like for me, it's the power they're putting down on a no prep like concrete surface. The power they're putting down on an 8th mile is actually wild. Like it's insane. Got people betting at the start line. High energy close races is something special. Right, the atmosphere like being there would be mad. All these damn hillbillies. Yeah. At some point, I will like remodel this in here, because like I haven't done anything in here apart from change the light that's up because I wanted an LED light for the stream. Apart from that, everything in here, like the shelves that are all round and stuff, was in here when I moved in. So at some point, I would like to fully remodel it. And I was tempting on like boarding up the walls as well, just to make it look a little bit cleaner. But not sure. Maybe I need to base it on the old YouTube thumbnail we had today. Also, the fact that it came out with that thumbnail on the first like prompt that I gave it, I was like, that shit's insane. I was like, fuck yeah, let's go with that. I don't know how much I don't have a lot of primer left. Two things that I need to buy at some point are sandpaper and primer. Because I was looking at the car earlier, and after I get these surrounds done for the fog light surrounds, I've got to do the back of the car as well. And then after that, I basically need the car in here. So what you can't see is a lot of shit behind the camera. There's like a door, an old desk that's like flat packed. There's a mattress. I mean, to be fair, part of me was tempted to keep the mattress to lay on when I work under the car, but it does just take up too much space. I'm doing the shotguns, LMGs, and melees. Right, LMGs are easy. Those ones won't be a problem. You don't have to do, unless you want that camo on your knife. You don't have to do the melees. That's up to you. Remember, you only have to do 30. So but the knife isn't too bad as long as you just get the bots. It's just annoying when actual people come along. Alright. Again, is this going to look show quality? No, because I can't be bothered with that much prep. The only way I would like prep these properly to make them show quality is, something I've actually been tempted to do is get a little like sandblaster. Just have this in like some sort of like tray, and just you can just get like open air sandblasters rather than having a cabinet, and do that. Something I've been tempted to do at some point. Maybe when we do the little garage remodel at some point. Maybe that's what I'll do. Alright, let's put that up there. Let's get a bit of brake cleaner. Because as we all know, I love brake cleaner. It does the job every time perfectly. Alright, a little bit of brake cleaner. This is where I should have a cloth laying around, and I don't because I took them all inside. But to be fair, the brake cleaner actually did a really good job on its own. I need to increase the font size again. It's got to a 22. That's better. Cheap sandblasters go a long way. It's probably more common here, but sometimes you can find good old ones that people sell for cheap. Yeah, it's not that common here. Where I used to work, I mean, before we got rid of it because it was just hassle in the end, we used to have like a really nice sandblasting cabinet, and like if I was repainting parts of my car, like I wouldn't bother with all this. I would literally just take it off, put it in the cabinet, blast it the whole thing in about 30 seconds, spray it with brake cleaner, and then just paint it. It's so much better. Alright, so again, this isn't perfect, but we've cleaned off the fronts. The edges aren't too bad. We're just gonna go out So, get it on our hooks. Hold up, let's make sure it's in the middle so we balance better. One hook, two hooks. There we go. Right, literally having like this was one of my most genius ideas, right? Just to cut a coat hanger in half and staple gun it to the wood. It was one of my most genius ideas. Alright, let's move these out of the way and we'll work on these in a second. Let's get the screw out of there. Put that up there. I'll prime this, and then while this is drying, we'll start on those. It's the same piece as last time. Yeah, so yeah, this piece is the center of the grill that we took out and we washed at the end of the stream. So this is that piece for the front grill. You know what? I put the other one back on the car and I was like, oh, you know what? Like it looks shit. But I'm like this close to it, right? And then we went for a walk the other day and like it was really sunny out. And as I was walking along, I was like, you know what? Actually, it doesn't look that bad. Like unless you're really looking close up to it, it doesn't look that bad because like the gloss just sort of like reflects off. So at a distance, it looks fine. So like while I'm driving along and stuff, it won't look bad. All right, so oh shit, we've really got a lot of primer left. Oh dear. All right. Question is, do I use the primer on this? Which I think I should, because then at least how even this is will match, because this is going in the middle of the grill we've already done. We want that to match. So I think that's probably what we'll go with. And then if we run out of primer on the other ones, then it doesn't matter too much because they're separate. If it's good at 10 foot, it's good enough for me. Like normally, I like to make sure that I'm like I've done like a good job. But I suppose it's different. Like I'm for the last 10 years, like from since I was what 22, 23, working where I used to work. Like I had access to so much equipment that I could just use at any point, and I don't have that now. So now I just kind of have to go, you know what, it is good enough for me doing it in my garage with one piece of sandpaper and a spray can. So right, let's get a layer on this. Also, I made a big mistake. The grill we done last time, I made a big mistake with it, right? Because big old boo boo that I made was I didn't properly go round the top edge of it because I was like, you know what, it clips in, it's fine. But where it clips in, and the clips are 20 years old, it sits forward a little bit too much. So now it's like this like crisp, like shiny gloss black, and then this like grey edge that runs around it. So I kind of messed up with that, but it is what it is. So we're going to make sure this time that we do paint it all. Should we go up that way? Let's check that up there. I should probably put the old extractor fan on. Let's do that. Let's put the extractor on. Yeah. There we go. Alright, extractor is on. Get some of these paint fumes out. Alright. These fans just whine so much. I might need to take it apart again and just like try and spray some WD-40 into where the bearings are on the fans or something. Alright, that is drying, so let's make a start on these. Again, did I wash anything before we started this? No, I did not. It is filthy. But that's alright. I also don't have any gloves in here. Be kind of handy right now. Can't hear it. Yeah, like it's actually like because I use NVIDIA's noise cancelling on the mic, so it makes me sound better and it cuts out a lot of background noise. It does a really good job. But it's actually really loud, and the fans whine like a bitch. Alright, so I remember doing this on my car now. So these clip in with some like little plasticky clips on the back that you probably can't see too well. That are like here. But they bend and snap off so quick. So I have to try and... No, it literally just snaps straight away. It just... The worst part about that snapping off... Where'd it go? There it is. This little plastic tab in my hand, there's one on each one, and it snaps off. But that doesn't mean it's free, it just means the tab you're supposed to use now isn't there and it's locked in place. So, it's a ball ache. I remember this happening on my one as well. Shit, mate. This is what happens when you got 20-year-old plastics. You need a bucket of soapy warm water. I do, however, one, I don't think they're dry in time again. Two, the water that I had last time is still in a bucket on the floor, and I didn't get rid of it because I'm fucking disgusting. So, what I might do is, if I can't find a cloth, just popping some... Actually, no, you know what? We've got this. Let's just use my drying towel again. I don't really use drying towels anymore. I used to use drying towels all the time when I used to, like, detail my car. But I don't use drying towels anymore, so I'm just going to use this. Cracks, welcome back, buddy. We're just going to use some brake cleaner. And this. Could have dumped it on... Oh, mate, 100%. I've got, like, loads of gravel outside, like, outside the side of my garage. Could have done that. However, I didn't. I'm a lazy fuck. And I left it there. Alright, so... Let's smooth the old camera angle down. Give you the old POV. That's what everyone always asks for, right? Let's turn the... move the laptop so I can see. Alright. Let's just soak it in brake cleaner. Oh. Don't breathe in brake cleaner. Like, I'm not actually that worried about the just like general dust and dirt because we're going to sand these off. So, oh Jesus, that was a lot. So I'm not that worried, but I want to actually see the progress, and there's just like loads of cobwebs and stuff in it. Oh my. Do I need to do I need to call for mods to put somebody in a timeout? Is that what I need to do? Glad you didn't go live yesterday. Took the stroller to the grocery store and back. Dropped off groceries I went to Canadian Tire. Wait, you went to Canadian Tire for a fishing rod? Surely you should go to a fishing shop and not a tyre shop. I'm not an expert. Just saying. All of these plastic tabs are just breaking straight off. It's going to be a screwdriver job. I remember this being absolutely awful when I done mine. I was younger and more patient back then as well. However, I am neither young nor patient now. Literally, all these tabs are just snapping. Don't work on old cars, it sucks. There we go. And the front still looks okay. So, God, I'm too old for this. That is what we were getting off. Plastic ring. And these 4 little tabs on it. Oh, so this one actually still has the tab on it, which is that. And all the others are snapped off because it just goes snap. They are absolute shite. So those are no good anymore. But I hear what you're saying, right? You're saying, oh, they're no good. He'll throw them away. No, he won't. It's a car part. I don't throw it away. Alright, while we're down here, let's do the other one as well. Also, Paul, I was going to go live yesterday. My plan was to go live yesterday and play some Warzone. And then I was sitting there and I was like, you know what? I really don't fancy playing Warzone. I couldn't be bothered to have I just didn't have the energy yesterday. And if I don't have the energy to play, I don't have the energy to entertain you guys. And if I'm not being even moderately entertaining, there's no point in me being live. So that is why I wasn't live yesterday. I did think about doing this stream yesterday, but I thought about it too late. I was just thinking that's going to live on the shelf until we move house again. It's a car part. I don't throw car parts away. What about if I go on Facebook one day and the ST150 Facebook group pops up, which I'm part of, and somebody says, really need these, doesn't matter if they have the little clips on top, I know they all break, I'll give you 20 quid. I'll be like, great, I've got some in the garage. See, you never know. Right. Let's just free these little clips again. Getting these off the car earlier was a ball ache as well, because the screws were just so rusty. And at one point, I thought I was actually going to have to drill the screws out. But lucky enough, by gritting my teeth hard enough and almost cracking a tooth, I managed to actually crack the screws loose. Alright, that's both of those out. On one of my old cars, I actually put... Hold on. Am I dumb? I might need these. No, I do need these. Wait, I do need these. I do. Cracking a tooth. Wait, ducks don't have teeth, right? Do they have any form of teeth? I just thought I need these, right? Because the intake, I think the intake has to go on the inside of those, not the inside of the actual surround. So I think I still need these, and I think I need to paint them. Some ducks do. I mean, that's mildly terrifying. Oh no. Well, this is even worse news. This is terrible news indeed. So, I bought these for the Fiesta race car that I had, which had smaller air intakes than this Fiesta. So, it doesn't fit through the hole there, and it's too small to fit in that one, as it just drops straight through. Which means I got to make a choice. I could do two things, right? I could use a Dremel and just like mill this out slightly, and then this will drop through. Oh no, it'd have to drop it'd have to go a lot because there's like a second ridge. Or I would have to just get bigger ones because these do not fit. Canadian Tire is like a man's one-stop shop. They do tyres, safety and emissions tests, small auto repairs, sports gear, bicycles, kayaks, fishing, outdoor stuff, BB guns, barbecues, lighting, rodent control, plumbing, hardware, camping gear, oil, auto fluids, pools and pool accessories, kitchen appliances and kitchenware, outdoor patio furniture. They even recently bought a birthday party store franchise and have a birthday station in each store. What? Like, what? Why? Like, they just do everything. Do you have like a rubber gasket or big O-ring to fill the gap? I do not. I do not. Like, the gap is just too big. Like, I mean, like, it kind of, like, just about touches the sides. But, like, realistically, it needs to be bigger. So, yeah, the two choices are grind this out and just try and make it bigger, or have to get bigger air intakes. I think I'm probably going to go for option A and try and grind these out slightly. I think that's probably what I'm going to do. Got my first Starblast done. Hi, mate. GG's. What was it on? Was that on the M15? Alright, let's pop that back in there for a second. Also, out of curiosity, is this one the same size? I don't know if these cameras are set or if they're different ones. So, just out of curiosity, let's just undo this Jubilee clip. Slide this out. And see if these are the same or different. I think these are exactly the same. Yeah, they are. Okay. Now we know. That is a ball lake. Right, let's tighten that back up just so we don't lose it. This is where I dive into my box of wonders to see if there's anything else instead. So that one goes in there. So Let's just keep this safe by putting it in. Get in there, you bastard. There we go. Tighten the Jubilee clip back up. Alright. So, big old air intake. I was also thinking that this air intake that I've got here that I made, if I was to turbo the Fiesta that we currently have here that I'm working on, this would actually do a really good job. Alright. What have we got? What's in this bag? Wait, oddly, I do have more air scoops. Okay. I also have a bunch of car audio wiring in here that I think came out of my... I think all this stuff's from my Fiesta. See, and I get insulted for not throwing things away. But... okay, still don't fit. It's the same size. Wait, so then what were these from? I'm sure these were from my Fiesta. They've got like the double-sided tape on it. I'm actually so confused. Oh, hi, you're going for the AK next? Mate, the AK, again, all the ARs are pretty easy. Pretty comfortable to do it on, which is nice. It's hard for my favourite store. The other is Princess Auto. Like Canadian Harbour Freight. Wait, what's Harbour Freight? Paul, we have none of these shops. Like, none. What I don't understand is I've used this one previously, right? It literally has tape around the edge where I've stuck it to something. And yet, I have no idea on what they were from. Because surely I had these in here, right? Unless I just click to... do I... wait, what about... wait, do they... what if I just do that way with that? Wait, if I put those inside... if I put those inside of that, will they then clip in here? That might be what I do. I think that's what we're going to do. Alright, that's what we're going to do. We're going to wedge these inside of the front intakes. Shit. I may have wedged it in there too fast. Was the tape to hold instead of the stupid broken clips? I don't remember. Like, this was... like, I would have had these back on my ST. And that was many moons ago now. Oh, okay, I made a boo-boo on that. Alright, that's what we're going to do. So, let's leave those ones in there. Put the air intake back in. Close that up. Alright, so I need to clean these up as well and spray these black. So these will be black the same as this, so they'll basically be like invisible on the front. And then this will wedge onto the inside and we'll do it that way. Alright, cool. That's what we're going to do. Let's put another coat of primer on here as well. Where's the primer I'm using? This one. Let's move the camera back up. Alright. Let's make sure we go on the sides. Little spray from underneath. Alright. That will do on the primer for that. Wait for that to dry, and then we'll start hitting it with the gloss black. And now we need to start prepping all of this stuff. Alright, let's do that. Let's do that. Bright side, I definitely don't need to do the backs of these because they will literally never be seen. I do need to do something about the badge still. As of yet, I don't know what. Probably do blah 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 blah. Probably do just need to buy a new one. Alright, so start sanding these down. Use the 600 we had earlier. Alright. Alright, so Princess Auto is where you go if you need anything for a shop. For your trailer, they have everything for a lawnmower, eaving engines, drill presses, log splitters, probably lathes, shop-sized air compressors, shop vacs. You can get a whole paint booth and paint gun set up. I got mine there to paint the Integra. Everything about welding car ramps, jacks, big ass hoists, not big ass hose, and more and more. Anything you can think of that you'd want in your shop. I mean, Paul, I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of jealous. Like, we don't have anything like that. Like, nothing. Like, that sort of thing doesn't exist here at all. Like, I mean, we have like Screwfix, I suppose, but like Screwfix is not quite the same as that. I don't wait. You guys don't have like Screwfix and stuff like that, do you? So like Screwfix is like you go in and it's just a counter, right? And they have like a little book. Well, I'd say a big book, and you go through it, and you're like, okay, that's like product number whatever. You write that on the piece of paper, and you take it up to the counter, and you say, I want one of these, and they just go out to the back, bring it to you, pay for it, take it. So you can't just like walk around. It's just like a little space with like these like magazines, if you want, like big thick books of like catalog. Catalog's the word I'm looking for. They have like a catalog, and you just pick from the catalog, and they go and get it. But I mean, it's very much like hardware based, like drills, like sanders, saws, screws, nuts, bolts, that kind of thing. You can't exactly go and get like a full compressor system in a spray booth. It's not quite as cool as that, unfortunately. Worst thing about this is it gets really hot when you start sanding. might need something a little bit more aggressive than this. Just a little bit for some of it. The amount of spiders that car is going to having when I eventually get it in here and start working on it is going to be kind of wild. There's going to be a fucking lot of them. And I'm not the biggest fan of spiders, I'm not going to lie. We have bolt and nut supply for both small businesses and one-time buyers, and companies like Fastenal for big corps who need constant supply. I mean, bolt and nut supply literally does what it says on the tin, right? there's no like, oh, I wonder what kind of things they do. They are bolt and nut supply. Alright, we've been live for 51 minutes, which means at some point soon, this mic is going to die, and I need you to yell at me when it does. Alright, I feel like this is mostly okay, you know. It's just a case of just like scuffing most of it to like get the primer and paint to make sure it adheres. Adheres is a good word, by the way. I like it. Getting the paint in that crevice back there, real ball like. Simple Hardware store like Canadian Tire, Princess Auto, or Home Hardware would carry most standard sizes, but on Nutsupply would have whatever you need for hardware. I suppose, do you weirdos out there in the old snow world, are you still doing stuff in like fucking 9/16? You still using that weird shit? One thing I've never been able to do is convert that to millimeters. Like, where I used to work, we'd have a carving, I'd be working on it. I'd be like, oh, I need to go get a socket for this. I come back, I'm like, what? I'm like, I swear this was like a fucking 13. Apparently not. Go back, get a 12. No, not that either. I'm like, what the fuck? My boss would be like, oh, you need a, I don't know, insert random fucking number here. You need fucking 1632s or whatever the fuck it would be. I'm like, how do you know that? How do you do that conversion in your head so normally? I ain't about it. I can't do it. Alright, this has flaked to fuck. Now I've put that prime on, by the way, which is not good. I did not expect it to flake quite as heavily as this. Like, some of this flaking's real bad. Like, I'm literally like picking this off with my hand. Oh dear. This is not good. Oh, don't come off the hook. Alright, as always, what we need to do is just send it, right? You just send it and see what happens. After all, you remember the ones that are common, mate. I can't do it. My brain never could. 25.4 is the magic number. You either divide or multiply depending on which way you're converting. Well, fuck that and a packet of crisps. I can do it. Alright, we're just going to hit this with some black paint and see what happens. Hopefully, it actually goes on okay. Alright, let's, oh, okay. That cap is basically exploded. Hopefully we don't get too much of this over us, but alright, let's go. Bottom coating. Alright, and then we're just going to spray under the top, under each one of these. Alright. I don't normally do such a thick coat on number one because it takes ages to dry, but I do have this other stuff to prep at the same time, so it's not so bad. Alright. Put the cap back on that. Alright, so I know what you're thinking. You're saying to me, how bad does it look? The answer is very, but don't worry about it. 3/8 is 0.375. Times that by 25.4 and you get a 9.52 mil. 25.4 mil in 1 inch. Right. It's one of those things, like, some people just remember that stuff. But personally, I do not. So excited to have this on my car. I mean, it's still going to look better than what it looked like before. Stuff from my machining days. That's the thing, right? Paul, I suppose if you're just around it enough, you'll just remember it. Abs, it will look better than it did before. Alright? Deal with it. And I tell you what, I tell you for nothing, you are this close to not getting it back and me turning it just into a race car. I've watched far too much drag racing over the last couple of days that if you carry on, I'm getting a new race car. Alright, I actually need to clean these up as well. So, we've got to spray these. These are just like, they look like chrome, but they're not. They're actually plastic. if you get a race car, what do I get? If I get a race car, what you get is the privilege and pleasure of waking up at 4 in the morning to drive to the racetrack. The coilovers just to lower the center of gravity is safer. The turbo kit makes overtaking a lot safer too. These engines actually love boost. These 13-to-1 compression engines absolutely love it when you crank boost into them. Get off. But in all seriousness though, they actually do like some boost. When I say like it, they go well. That's what I mean. I've been gaslit into giving him my cars before. Yeah, Paul, Ab's first car that she ever had after passing her test may or may not have become my race car. But yeah, it is what it is. These things happen. Alright, so where's my cloth? Spray a bit of brake clean on this. Wait, did any brake clean actually come out? There we go. Give this a wipe over. Alright, put that on there. One done. Alright. Let's get this one done as well. Turns out 600 grit sandpaper, great for everything. If he doesn't use this one, he'll find some other junked out money pit one day and it will never run. I mean, you're not wrong. You are not wrong. I mean, at the moment, garage streams are my favourite ones to do. So, I need something to do in here. Probably should have wore gloves. I think I say that every single stream. Around the edge of these. Wait. Mike has not gone. We're good. Wait, we're an hour and 5 minutes. It's actually done pretty well. I don't mind. I'm the passenger princess. As long as I get a sweet treat when we get there, I don't mind where we go or what car it's in. and the sound system needs to stay. That's like 20 kilos of weight in that sound system. How am I supposed to turn up to the no prep days and take everybody's money if I've got 20 kilo sound system in the back of the car? We need the weight over the front wheels, not the back wheels. The sound system is worth keeping, to be honest. Like, you're not going to be able to hear the sound system with the screamer pipe coming out the bonnet. How's this one doing? Right, we're good for the next coat. So let's do that. All right. Down the bottom, up the sides. All right, we need to flip this around as well. It's the only thing. So we have to wait till it's dried and flip it around. Just run that top bit again. Because the way these, the way the lattice pattern sits, if we only do it from behind, we're gonna have white bits poking through. Full/half interior done tastefully while still being fast is the best. It's my favourite thing, screaming car karaoke, but you can't hear how bad your singing is because the sound is up too high. No back seats in it already. Boxed out and carpeted, and where the back seats are, be a bass speaker. Yeah, yeah. So when Abs first got her car, she decided that she didn't really want passengers, and when she just passed her test, and the seats in the car were placed in there. Basically, they had one bolt holding them in. So I was like, if you don't want passengers, do you want me just to take them out? And she said, yeah. So I was like, okay. So I took them out, and then I bought a seat delete kit. So it's just this a plywood kit that's shaped to the back of the car that I put in. This comes carpeted. So we put that in just to make it look a bit nicer, and also it helps with the soundproofing a little bit. And then I put the subsystem in, which was a sub that I won. I went to a show called Ford Fair that happens every year in August. I haven't been for a couple of years now, but I went there, I don't know, 8 years ago now. More than that, probably comes to 10 years ago. And Selwyn Vega do really, really nice subs. And they had a competition. They had their biggest sub that they do on a engine crane. And you had to just go up with your arms flat, and they would lower the engine crane. You take the whole weight of the sub, and whoever stands there for the longest wins the sub at the end of the day. And I won it, and that's how I got a free 10-inch Selwyn Vega sub. It's really nice. And that's what I put in there. I bought a sub box off eBay. I bought a amp and we got a new touchscreen for the car as well, and then kitted it all out. The only thing it needs now is a set of buckets and a set of harnesses, which unfortunately I had both of those and I sold them when we moved. Alright, while that's drying, let's start scratching up this one. Yeah, at some point the car will actually be in the garage, and you'll actually be able to see it. So clean that out a little bit. We don't need bits of tree and cobweb. I'm actually starving as well. Also, I don't know if this is a thing or not, but I don't know why, breathing in these paint fumes makes me feel hungrier. Don't know if that's really a thing, but it feels like it. One of my cars had a Rockford Fosgate Punch P310. I'm assuming that has a subwoofer slash sound system. I'm assuming the 10 is for a 10-inch. So I'm putting a 10-inch sub in one package. Velcro strips with glue in the trunk. Wire it up, it was sick. Right, that's actually nice. I like that. Like nice little neat one package system. Right, mine was ours was a ball ache to wire up because. So I actually got my buddy to wire it up for me because, well, actually, I started doing it and then I was like, what the fuck is this rat's nest that they'd put behind the factory radio? Basically, someone put like a Nokia hands-free kitting and wired it up real fucking weird. And I was like, what is this? And I was like, getting a bit confused. It was a Saturday, I was at work and it was already like, it must have already been like 5 o'clock. So I phoned Wheezy, because Wheezy is my wiring guy. And I got him to come down because he lived close to the unit. I got him to come down and sort it all out for me. Alright, this bit of sandpaper is pretty much dead. Let's tear off a new piece. If I need space, just unplug the quick connects and take it out. See, that's one thing I can't do, and I kind of wish we could, because there is no quick connects or anything, and it is screwed to the floor. Alright, I mean, I think we're almost there with this. This is definitely still wet, but I need to flip this around to do the other side, so it can dry, and then we need to get started on these other ones. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and flip this around without destroying the paint, and then spray the back, let it start drying, and then we will start like priming other stuff if we can. Shit, how am I going to do this? Kind of worked. If it works, it's not dumb. Alright, it's on there. It's a bit wonky, but it is what it is. Audio 5, I had to use a AV converter thing. Splice the wires into the on stock amp. It's behind the trunk material in the right rear wheel well. Mate, that's awful. Like, I mean, I had to like splice the wires into like the amp that I've got, but yeah, I didn't actually have to splice into the existing wires because that's a real ball ache. Especially in the back of the wheel well. You're like ripping half the car apart just to get it, and then none of the plastics go back in right. Never does. Get another coat of this on. Go up the other way. Okay. Leave it like that for now and see what happens. I should have brought a snack with me. Is to keep the stock head unit. Do the same thing with my Kia. Yeah, like, I mean, if it's got a decent head unit anyway, then it kind of works. But like the standard ST150 head unit is not great. And the one thing I want in all my cars now is like Google Maps, because it's just so much easier. So that's why we replaced the head unit in that one, was because we wanted to be able to run Google Maps. Alright, those are both cleaned up. These need to be brake cleaned and wiped over. So let's do that. Oh, it's like a fucking mosquito in here as well. Let's move that down. CarPlay really is a nice feature, mate. It's so good. It's so good. Yeah, in all my cars now, we always change that. What is that sees? I don't actually know what that is. Oh, it's that. Okay. Ryan, what's going on, buddy? Mate, welcome into the chat today. How are we doing? Right. Soak it in some brake cleaner. Oh, yeah. Smells great. Tastes good. I wonder how much of my life has been taken away by inhaling too many bad fumes. Okay. Ryan, what's going on, buddy? What we up to? Get some brake cleaner on there. cam died. Wait, hold on. Wait, what the fuck? How did that happen? Wait, why is the I don't know why the camera's turned off. That's literally one thing that never happens. Is it going to work first time? Wait, I think it is. There we go. Right, we are going pro. We're going pro in car repairs. No, we're not. We're actually not. I actually could think of anything worse than working on other people's cars again. You know why? People just fucking moan. It's all they do. Okay, we're back. We've got the new mic. We're good. Wait, so that lasted an hour and 20 minutes on that mic. An hour and 20 minutes on that mic, I think it's actually pretty good. Alright. So, move this back up. Alright. I tell you what, I am actually starving. Alright, let's see how spraying these goes. We'll put a coat of primer on them, so I actually don't know how paint's going to adhere to these too well. Wait, Ryan, so you was Ryan, you was out on a driving lesson? Actually, you know what? It looks like the primer's going on those okay. Doesn't look too bad. How'd it go? No, I really should organise this shelf as well. I need like a shelf for spray cans, and then like a shelf for other stuff. I just bunged like car stuff on this end shelf, but it's not really organised very well. Got like Put that there. Oil, 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 oil. All of this oil is exactly the same, by the way. It is all 5W30. And I just have 4 tubs of it. That is some nice blue car wrap in there, I think. Extendable tire iron. This is like one of my favourite car things, by the way. Like, extendable tire iron. The most useful thing. An hour in, my teacher, you're doing really well today. Me, not even 20 minutes later, almost runs over 2 Girl Scouts. I mean, hey, what's a little drive without trying to run someone over, you know? Screen wash. What have we got there? A very small amount of coolant. Alright. Oh wait, and we've got more screen wash. Hold up. Oh, a battery terminal and another Jubilee clip. Right. You never know when you're going to need these things. Always keep them. Alright. Screen wash. Coolant. Alright. The amount of random stuff that I have, by the way, like this, you're thinking, what's that? This is a piece of mirrored sticky back card that when the wing mirror broke, I needed something to pass the MOT, and you just stick that on the top and it works as a mirror, and they pass your MOT. Oh, I've got another one of those extendable tire irons. Put those over there. Multimeter. Does it have a battery in? Unlikely. But need a multimeter. Like, if you're working on your own, like, project car, that a multimeter is one of the most, like, essential things that you could possibly actually have. So it's a bag of screws. This is just a bag of screws. Making it get chucked up there. Without trying to run someone over, you say, but I don't have to try. ADHD's going nuts. Stream cartoons, my wife, my daughter, and chips and cheese. I'd love some chips. I would love some chips. Two tire pumps. Again, something that like you should just have. Tire pumps. If your tire's just gone down and you can't get to a garage because it's flat, little tire pump in the cigarette lighter. Definitely got to have one. Battery charger, not so essential, but useful if you have a project car. Alright, we're getting there with this getting slowly organised. Yeah, that was not a good lesson for you, was it? Alright, let's get another coat of primer on these. These are actually coming out pretty well. I didn't expect this to be this good. Quite a lot. I mean, that's fair though, right? I think that's allowed in that situation. Alright, so yeah, need to look at getting a new badge. That's got to be on the top of the list somewhere. What is on this shelf down here? Oh, carjack. Right. Low profile, lightweight, aluminium race jack. Again, with a project car, very needed. For most people, absolutely not. Waste of money. And a floor buff, and a car buffer. Not a floor buffer, very different. Alright, that can is actually empty, so I can throw that away. Let's get that off the shelf. Right. Gloss black, primer, gloss black, rust primer, WD-40. Alright, we're getting there. We're slowly getting organised. It's true. Abs passed their test, no problems. So other people on the roads can be a problem, but it doesn't mean you've done anything wrong. Alright, this stuff is drying real fast on here. Alright, let's give this a coat of paint. You know what? I'm actually well impressed with how well those are coming out. Like I shouldn't act like I'm so impressed with the things that I'm doing, but sometimes it's okay. I should just act like like oh yeah, this is how stuff always comes out this well when I do it. It doesn't. The other thing as well, right? Like the other thing about you got to remember is that you are learning to pass a driving test. Like you're not actually learning. Although you are learning to drive, you're actually learning to pass a test. Nobody drives like that in the real world. If I had to take my test now, I probably wouldn't pass because of just like habits you get into. So that's everything you got to remember, right? If they say, "Oh, you're not doing this," you're not doing this thing that is needed to pass a test, not necessarily that about driving. Alright, so I'm actually pleased that I got that semi-organised. White Spirit can move over here because I don't. Oh shit! My gloves are out here. I had gloves this whole time. There you go. Maybe I should have actually just looked. Polk, I literally read the first sentence of that and was like, I was late to work at Blizzard one day. I was like, wait, you worked at Blizzard? No, in a Blizzard. Canada's things. Getting off the highway, the off ramp hadn't been ploughed, so I hit the snowdrift. It pitched me sideways. Got it controlled for the most part. Still slid into the guardrail and cracked the front bumper. Tears were shed. It was 1 December. I was in my Fiesta. This is a little 1.4 Fiesta, It wasn't my ST 1.4 Fiesta. It was my parents' car that I was driving. Went to a shopping mall about an hour and a bit away with a buddy of mine. In December, going up the multi-story, there's like a ramp that goes up and round into the multi-story on the outside. I was driving up it about, I don't know, 20 miles an hour. As I'm going round, it just hit some black ice, and we just started going sideways. I span the wheel and I caught it, and I was like, oh, I've got it. And then the back end went the other way, and then I span the wheel and I caught it, and I was like, oh, I've got it. And the back end went the other way again, and then before I knew it, I was sideways into the curb, bent the wishbone on the front suspension, and GG's had to get picked up and had to get the car picked up on a flatbed and taken on the way back home. So sometimes with driving, there is nothing you can do, and you will crash at some point. Coat on these. It's actually really hard to coat these properly because they keep moving when I spray them. Yeah, I got too close. Paint ran. Motherfucker. There's literally the only time in all of the ones we've done here where I've been painting stuff that the paint has ran. Bastard. Alright. In that case, it has ran right where one of the clips is, which isn't so bad because then what I'll do is I'll just oh shit, I didn't paint the top of this one. What I'll do is when I put it back in the housing, I'll just put that clip at the bottom and it shouldn't be seen. Alright, I think we're good. Let those dry off. Those are coming out really well though. Be fortunate that most things have had a minor that had some real butt pucker moments. Right. Yeah, I'd say the same thing. I'd say most of the stuff I've done is like, yeah, I've scraped a few things, bumped into a few things, had a few slippery moments on ice and stuff. But yeah, I've never, thankfully, not had anything too serious. During my first ever driving lesson, Mum had a mental ward escapee try to get in the car, so her teacher fought them off while explaining to her from outside the car how to get into gear and start driving away. What the actual fuck? Dude, that's actually insane. That's actually insane. Fnac, what's going on? What do you think the YouTube live comments aren't working? Let's take a look. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I did think it was a little bit strange that we hadn't had anybody on YouTube. So Fnac, I appreciate that, buddy. Thank you very much. Fnac, how are we doing anyway? What's going on? Oh shit! Yeah, I just realised. I don't know why. Alright, so I do apologise to anybody who has been watching on YouTube. I've just been ignoring everyone's comments. IRL streamer. I literally tested it earlier and it was fine. But Fnatic, I appreciate it, buddy. Thank you very much. Playing Valorant. Do you play ranked, or are you just playing like regular pubs? Okay, yeah, my YouTube decided to sign itself out. I do not know why. Alright, we'll have to fix that for next stream. What I can do is pop out the YouTube chat though. So at least I can see any more that happen in it. Alright. Ranks Diamond 1. Oh, nice. Is Diamond 1 like the top tier of your ability, or do you reckon you'll climb higher? I was going to happen to be during a driving lesson was seeing my teacher get a ticket. What, like a parking ticket? That's quite funny actually. Alright, so these are good. I'm going to try and... Oh, shit. I'm going to try and get these from, like, the little clips. Oh. These have actually come out, like, really, really well. So, I'm just going to pop these on a little rack that I've got over here while they finish drying. Oh shit! All right, well I didn't paint this one actually too well. Fuck. All right, I need to respray that one. Alright, I think we got it. Oh, shit, inside. Alright. This is going to get paint on me, however... yeah, that'll be okay. That'll be okay. Alright, so... question is, do I try and paint two of these at the same time? Let's bend that little hook up a little bit. Right. Yeah, let's try and paint both at the same time. Fuck it, why not? See how it goes. Let's bend this one down a little bit actually, and then oh shit, no, that's too much now. Shit. Oh, I have to be like that. First you go iron, then gold, then plat, then diamond, then emerald, then immortal, and then radiant. Wait, so Fnatic, do you reckon you can get higher than Diamond 1? Do you reckon you can get to one of the other upper ranks, or no? Right, I took 5 lessons in one day. So we stopped for lunch. But there was nowhere to park, so he was like, get on the sidewalk. Then we sit down for 15 minutes. 15 minutes in, we see a traffic officer pull up and give the car with my teacher's name on it and logo a ticket. Like, getting a parking ticket as a driving instructor is that's pretty funny. Like, that's pretty poor. I don't actually think I'm going to have enough primer to do both of these. And it's swinging about a lot, which is not ideal. I'm going to have to do this at a bit of a range, because otherwise we're going to lose it to the floor. Alright, we might actually have just enough primer for it. You saw it from the restaurant window. Imagine things that, like, you just got to have to sit there and just go, okay, well, I guess that's that. There's like nothing you can do about it. £130 for a schnitzel. Mate, that's an expensive parking fine. I don't know how much our parking fines are here. I think they're about 60 quid, something like that. I think they're about £60. Alright. I'm hoping these come out well. This one's got a bit of cracking, but hopefully the black covers that up. This one's definitely gonna come out better. I don't actually know which one is the right and left, but it doesn't matter too much. I think that screw goes on that top side, so I think that's the left and that's the right, because that will flip around that way. Yeah, I think the one on the right is actually the one for the left. Two flabbergasted fans just looked at him and said, "You tell me." Honestly, I would hate to do driving lessons now. I would hate it. It would not go well for me. Right, let's get another coat of primer. Can we get things? There's something like ups and downs on these. Try to make sure I'm getting all the lines. Oh, this is almost run out. This is on its last legs. After this, I have no more primer. Alright. Oh shit, I missed a bit up there. Alright, we are officially out of primer. That is it. Primered out. I have no more cans. It's starting to get like, feels like a bit like misty in here from the fumes. Got to drive with actually the speed limit. Use the blinker for any millimeter you want to scoot. It's weird. Like, it's weird. You use like Ryong. Is that the actual? Is blinker the actual like term used over there? Obviously, if somebody is speaking English, would blinker be the go-to term? It's a very American term. I don't know. So over like they have a Hebrew, yeah. I imagine that most people would be speaking the native. Because over here it's an indicator because you're indicating on what you want to be doing. Yeah, blinker, very American term. Right, this shouldn't take too long to dry. Actually, this is drying real fast. I hate the word blinker. Paul, I thought that'd be your go-to. I thought blinker would be your wordage. Paul, do you feel like you lose brain cells when you use words like blinker? I have got paint all over my hands. It was bound to happen, right? I can't believe how fast this actually dries. The only blink is from the Benjamin. Signal or signal light. Yeah, I can accept those. I can accept those. Here it's more of a verb than a noun. Okay. Yeah, so yeah, over in the UK it's an indicator because yeah, you're indicating on what you want to do. But yeah, America is very blinker. But I don't like it. It just sounds so dumb. Are these dry yet? The I'm hoping the grill's dry. Alright, the grill is dry. The grill's also super dusty already. I don't know how it's so dusty. But I mean, it's all one colour at least. It's just super dusty. I might actually have to wash this before it goes back on the car. And how are... Oh no, those are not dry yet. I'm going to leave those alone. Indicator would be like the scientific term for us. But like, I can accept signal light. I think signal light's fine. All right, let's put some paint on these. Again, got to make sure I'm really far away, or these are going to fall off the hooks. It's like it just flails around on these hooks. Maybe I need a better hook solution. If it's a big piece, it's fine because both hooks are on it. But on these smaller pieces, it doesn't quite work the same. Alright, let's leave that for now. Let that dry. Signal to the left, or just signal left, basically. Not grammatically correct in Hebrew either. That's fair. That's fair. Like, at the end of the day, it's going to be a translation, right? That just makes sense in whatever language it is. Tell me, we're just under 2 hours, so this mic is also probably going to die soon. Alright, so I need something to do while these are drying. These are covered in dust. Is this just like overspray that I've got everywhere? Is that what this is? I think this is literally just like overspray that I've got on like everything. Because this has been out for like, what, an hour, and it wasn't dusty before. Alright, let's take this off. Did you finish the War in the Woods video? I did not. What I'm going to do, like, so whenever we're streaming Warzone next, probably like tomorrow, like before I end the stream, like the last hour of the stream will just be me watching War in the Woods, because I've got like an hour of that. I think it was like War in the Woods 13, I think it was, and I'll watch that. I'll watch that then. Let's check those out. Do that back up. Good luck if you're up to it. Wait. So, Ryan, I'm assuming that you don't say all of the letters, right? Because reading that, like, if I was reading that, like, as English, you'd say, like, Teotet. But I don't assume that that's how it's said. You say all of them. Oh, okay. So, yeah, I would read that as Teotet le Small. That's how I would read that as English. Right, battery terminal, Jubilee clip can both go in here. You never know when you're going to need them. Actually, that piping can go in there as well. I need these to dry faster. Like the name Ted. Oh. Wait, so like, so, oh, so it's Teotet. Teotet? That sounds so weird. Like that, my voice does not want to make that sound. That sounds so bizarre, like coming from my mouth. Let's clean these up. I think what I might do, I think I've got some like double-sided sticky tape on the shelf. I think what I might do is put some of that inside the front covers, just to stick this in more, so it just doesn't pop out. I mean, it goes in there pretty tight, so I don't think it's going to pop out, but you never know. We have a letter that can basically change the vowel mid-word, like break it up, and it's used here. I at school I struggled with like learning German, and a lot of German actually isn't that dissimilar to English, and I struggled with that. I'm definitely not going to put learning Hebrew on my list of things to do. I would be awful. Alright, I'm now out of drink and I'm hungry. German is hard though. German's hard. German's not that difficult if you know, if like German's not that difficult if your native language is English. A lot of words are very similar. However, if it's not your native language, then it probably is more difficult. There's just some words that are obviously very, very different. Like the word for science in German, I believe, if I remember rightly, science is Naturwissenschaften. So like things like that, you just kind of have to remember, and it's a really weird word. I can't remember what it is, but the other word is the word for butterfly. I'm pretty sure the word for butterfly is also long for no damn reason. My neighbour is taking their bins out, thinking, "Why is this guy fucking talking to himself?" Alright, that paint has gone on there real thick. So, I'm going to have to leave that for a minute. He says that he sprays more paint on it. But I just want to put a layer on top, on that edge. Because, oh shit, I knew I was going to miss bits. If I don't do these edges, I know that I'm not going to clip it back in right and it's going to be seen. So, I need to make sure I do them. If not, I'm going to go cause problems for myself. I think everything in this garage is covered in paint overspraying out. You've got to murder that bot. Right, what about if I needed those viewers, huh? What about then? Alright. So, where's that tape? I'm sure, is this double-sided tape? I'm sure it is. I think this is double-sided tape, right? Am I wrong? Wait, I think I got it. Shit, why is this so difficult? This is where this isn't double-sided tape and I'm just fucking picking up regular tape. If I want the best view. Well, Ryan, how do I know? Apparently, according to that bot, best viewers are where he says. Right, so just chop this bit off with these wire cutters. Right, now, I'm sure this is double-sided. If this is not double-sided tape, I don't know the point of this tape. this isn't double-sided, then it's just really thick normal tape, and that seems pointless to me. Is this just really thick normal tape? You unband it and then band it again. Clicking a blank page of my profile pic. Right, don't worry, we're not clicking any links around here. I actually don't know if I'm just trying to pick regular tape here, or if this is supposed to be double-sided or not. I honestly have no idea right now. So, confirmed, it is one-sided tape with a paper back, and when you pick the back off, it's just paper back. So that's not double-sided tape like I thought it was. We've learned that today. Good job. What is this? I have black double-sided foam for sticking number plates on. That'll work. It's actually never been opened. I don't even know where I got this from. So the answer that you were thinking earlier is yes, you have just spent the last 5 minutes trying to pick the backing off of regular tape. That is exactly what I just did. Like, why is it so difficult? I'm literally trying to pick the tape that's sticking the tape down. Holy moly. Quality content, mate. I know how to entertain the masses. Alright, now this is actually double-sided sticky foam. It says it on the label. Black double-sided foam. So, this is what we're going to use. Because what we're going to do when these are dry... Are these dry? They are pretty much dry. Alright, so these are going to house these in here. They do fit, I wedged them in earlier. So we're going to house that inside of this. This will be our airing tank to the filter. But to make sure it doesn't come out, I'm going to put the foam on the inside of here and then wedge it in. And hopefully that'll work okay. That's the plan anyway. The masses, are you calling us fat? I mean, if the shoe fits. Alright, that plastic clip is just broken off anyway, so fuck it. Alright, so these are dry now, so we can actually do this. Those are definitely not dry. I was like, oh, let me touch it and see, but I can literally see it's not dry. As much as I want to touch it, I'm not going to do it. And if it doesn't, then maybe I'm calling you fat anyway. Why not? It seems fine at this point. Speaking of fat, I am starving. Why is peeling the backing off of stuff so fucking difficult? Why? This should not be this difficult. What's for dinner tonight? I've actually got no idea. I know that after this we're going food shopping, but I do have some food, but I don't actually know. I had shakshuka, or is it one of those ones like the other word? Is it actually shakshuka? Well, I would say shakshuka. Alright, I managed to actually peel the backing off. We're good. To be fair, I might get some chicken, some doner meat, and just put it in some bread. That is what I might actually just go with. Alright, so where are my scissors? Okay, the only scissors I have here might be too large for the job. Do you think that these scissors are too big to cut this piece of tape? These are the only ones I have. I've got some small wire cutters, maybe we'll just go with those. First one was correct. Oh, good to know. Alright, we're going with the small wire cutters instead. Small wire cutters doing a good job. Alright, let's cut a few more of those little strips and put them inside. If we just do like 4 sort of like medium length strips, rather than trying to go all the way around a circle, if we just do like 4 strips, I think that should be okay. I was going to start the poll to see how long the tape would take you, but I couldn't find the poll thing. Right. I am an expert. Don't you worry. Oh, apparently I've just been notified that my TikTok live has been restricted for regulated goods or services. Apparently, you're not allowed tape on TikTok. Is what I'm getting from that. Apparently, I have some regulated goods in some places. Oh wait, do you reckon it was my giant scissors? Do you reckon they thought my giant scissors was a knife? Well, I might have made this strip a bit too long. Shit. Gotta say, it's really sticky. If it's that hard to get off, fold the end onto itself. So it has a built-in pull tab. That's actually quite clever. On this one, I'm just leaving this like big old piece so I can just peel the backing all the way. Now it's started. I'm okay. Yeah, I think TikTok might have thought that my giant pair of scissors was a knife. That's what happens when you use AI algorithms to monitor stuff. You get shit wrong. Like I'm not allowed a pair of scissors to cut something. Alright, so we've got 4 pieces of tape in the back of this holder. So now we need to fit this into the back. Oh, if I don't drop it, because I'll scuff the paint if I do that. This literally fitting earlier, so there we go. I don't actually know if it's even touching the tape. It's not. It's not even touching the tape. But that's not coming out, so it's fine. I think the tape was actually kind of pointless, and I'm not going to bother putting the tape on the next one. But what we now have is a standard fog light surround painted black with a nice little blue internal and hose to go on, clip for the hose to go back on. You need crazy glue. I mean, hot glue guns, haven't used them in ages. Paul, just get yourself a hot glue gun, and then what you do, the way you tell your wife that it's okay is that you're using it for arts and crafts for the kids, and that's fine because you're there to do stuff with your daughter. However, you can just use it for shits and giggles as well. That's actually pretty good. I actually like that. So that will go back in here, and then we'll have a nice little air intake hose. The one that's in there, clamp onto the back of that, go up to the air filter. Alright, where's the other one? Alright, that paint blob is obviously the thickest part, and it's still slightly wet. Alright, let's put this one in. I'm not going to put the tape in this time, because I don't think there's any need. Where's the... Oh, what's at the bottom there? Alright, this one isn't going to be attached to anything anyway, because this one will be the left-hand side, and there's nowhere for the air to go that side. So this one is literally just so it matches, basically. So now we've got 2 finished cold air intakes to go back on to these. However, we put the paint on these pretty thick. That one's okay. This one, definitely not okay. This one, not okay in some places. Alright. Did we give these a full covering though? It's actually really hard. I don't actually have any... All my torches are inside. So we're just going to use the old phone torch. Honestly, these probably could do... Yeah, no, these definitely need another coat. Oh, okay, I didn't even touch up there. Okay, these have got to have another coat. Have to. This mic is also going to die very, very soon. Lego Movie with my younger brother's hyperfixation for a long while. Seeing it more than any sane person should. Good movie though. I think I've seen it once. I think I saw it once. I can't remember. They came out a long time ago now, right? Oh shit, we're out of paint. Well, in that case, anyway. Good job, I've got another one. Alright, I'm only going to do the left one for now because there's big patches that I've missed. 2014, mate, that is a long time ago. Hi, welcome back, buddy. Also, Paul, I've just seen that you've reached a 35 stream watch streak. 35 is that's pretty big. Hi, how's the camera going? Wait, Paul, are you on about hockey? Is that hockey? I feel like that's hockey, right? Finally got gold on the Hawker, and now Starglass on the Mark 35. Oh, nice. Hi, how are you enjoying the Mark 35? I'm a big fan. I really like the Mark 35. I think it's really cool. Hockey. Is ice hockey one of these things I need to start watching? Getting paint in that crevice is nigh impossible. Alright, I think I should probably stop touching these. That is what I think I should probably do. Because I feel like if I start to keep touching these, they're going to just get worse. He says as he sprays more. That's it. Hands off. Hands off cans. It's popping off with the Hawker, and I'm loving the Mark 35. Right, awesome. I like the Hawker. Like if I'm picking a sniper to use, it's the Hawker's my go-to. Most games are probably past your bedtime. That is true. Time difference is a bitch. They got us a small Lego set of the Lego movie. Before we've even seen the movie. Then we went to watch it in theatres, and Bo had his 3-year-old mind blown that the minifig we had was on screen. Cue a 10-year-long Lego obsession. Right, so I mean, at 3 years old, seeing Lego jumping around the screen, that's probably pretty impressive. Alright, these actually look alright, I gotta say. I mean, there's a lot of fucking paint on these right now. Like, a lot of paint on these right now. These are going to have to dry for probably the next day. But I actually think these are going to go really well. Part of me thinks I should have put another coat on these. And maybe I still should. Shit. Oh, I've annoyed myself now. I need to try and get these out, because these definitely need another coat. Shit. These wedge in there pretty tight. Alright, got that one out. Peacekeeper and the M10 Breacher. I mean, Peacekeeper is solid, nice and easy. M10 Breacher is going to be a little annoying, probably. But it's not the most annoying of all the shotguns, so... Alright, I need to put more paint on these, for sure. I do have these... I've got all these nails on here. So if I just put these on a nail, we should be alright. Let's turn it around that way. Right. Put those on a nail on a back wall. Solves my problem. But these are so, like, got such thick paint on it, it's like super glossy. The thin layer on these looks kind of like not great. I really enjoy having a wall that I don't mind spray painting. It's kind of really nice, gotta say. Alright, everything there is being left now. Beyblades, marble shooter guys. Like, I don't remember any marble shooters. Beyblades was pretty cool. Marble things were called Biederman. I've never heard of that. That is not on my watch history. Alright. Ah, shit. Guys, I hate to tell you, we painted this horribly. Or did we? Oh yeah, we did. This is horrible. I gotta repaint this. I can still see so much of the white primer. How did we not cover this properly? Oh, by the way, I'm saying we. You were accessories to this, so I'm blaming you for it as well. Alright, nothing I can do about that right now though, because everything else is hanging and drying. I don't want to touch it. Hi, no worries, buddy. I mean, guys, this is going to be me done anyway, because I am absolutely starving. This stuff is drying, but I've got to say, this stuff came out way better than I expected it to. So I'm actually pretty happy with that. I'm not happy with the grill. I'm going to have to like respray that during the day tomorrow, because I'm not happy with that. These very happy with. I'm glad that I found a solution with the air intakes, so we'll sort that out as well. And I can get those back on the car tomorrow as well, which is awesome. Hopefully, they should be dry overnight. And then I've got to get the back wheels off, and we'll paint the back wheels in the next one. And then after that, I basically have to get the car in and work on the car inside. Which, I mean, the first stream, getting the car in, is probably going to be me sort of like fixing up the front bumper and sort of just like giving it a sort of maybe a bit of a once-over. See. Time for chicken dippers and no prep. Right, very possibly. I've got to go, I do have to go food shopping. I might make a quick sandwich, eat that, go food shopping, and then make something when I get home. I'm thinking chicken doner meat sandwich. That's what I'm thinking. See, maybe I'll buy some wraps when I'm out and putting a wrap instead. But guys, that is going to be it for me. I'm done. This mic is about to die anyway, so it's kind of perfect timing. I appreciate everyone stopping by today, chatting with us, all the rest of it involved. Thank you very much, no matter what platform you was on, even though TikTok decided to restrict us today because apparently my scissors were too large. Guys, appreciate you all being here and chatting with me. Thank you very much. I will be live again tomorrow with some Warzone, and we're going to be playing Warzone for a couple of hours tomorrow, and then I'm going to sit and watch the rest of the drag racing meet that we started watching the other night. So, appreciate you all being here. As always, enjoy yourself, do something fun, do something you enjoy, and we'll catch you in the next one.